Have you ever heard a clap of thunder so loud it seemed to shake the very foundations of the world? What if I told you that sound wasn't just weather, but the beat of colossal wings? Today, we are soaring into the heart of one of North America's most powerful and enduring myths, the legend of the Thunderbird. This isn't just a story about a giant bird, it's a tale woven into the fabric of history, culture, and spirituality, a story of power, protection, and a profound connection between humanity and the natural world. The Thunderbird is a legendary creature in the history and culture of certain North American indigenous peoples. It's often described as a massive bird, so large its wingspan could stretch the length of two canoes, and so powerful that the beating of its wings created thunder, and the flashing of its eyes caused lightning. But the Thunderbird was more than just a supernatural force of nature. For many tribes, from the Pacific Northwest to the Great Plains and the Great Lakes, it was a revered spirit, a powerful guardian, and a messenger from the Creator. The exact origins of the Thunderbird myth are as vast and varied as the cultures that tell its stories. Some scholars suggest the legend might have been inspired by real-life giant birds from the prehistoric era, like the Terratons, whose fossilized remains could have been discovered by early peoples, sparking tales of immense winged creatures. Imagine finding a skull larger than a human head, with a beak capable of tearing through the toughest hide. It is easy to see how such a discovery could give rise to legends of a bird that ruled the skies. Other theories connect the Thunderbird to powerful meteorological events. Think about the sheer awe and terror of a massive thunderstorm rolling across the plains. For people living in close harmony with nature, these events weren't just weather patterns. They were dramatic, living expressions of spiritual power. The dark clouds forming the shape of a giant bird, the sudden flash of lightning, the deafening crack of thunder, it all pointed to a celestial being of immense power. The Thunderbird became the living embodiment of the storm, a creature that commanded the heavens. Across different indigenous cultures, the Thunderbird's role varies, but a common thread is its duality. It could be a benevolent protector, bringing life-giving rains after a long drought, or a fearsome force of nature, unleashing destructive storms to punish those who disrespected the natural order. In many tales from the Pacific Northwest, the Thunderbird is a heroic figure, a divine being that wages epic battles against malevolent spirits like the Great Horned Serpent. To protect humanity, one famous story tells of the Thunderbird saving a village from a monstrous sea serpent, swooping down from the clouds, grasping the beast in its talons, and carrying it away to the mountains. The struggle was so immense that it tore up trees and moved rocks, forever changing the landscape. For the Lakota people of the Great Plains, the Thunderbird, or Wackinyan, is a sacred and complex being. The Wackinyan are believed to live in the clouds at the western edge of the world, acting as guardians of the sacred. They are forces of both creation and destruction, bringing storms that can be both cleansing and devastating. They are seen as judges and enforcers of natural law, and their presence is a constant reminder of the immense power of the spirit world. The influence of the Thunderbird wasn't confined to oral traditions. It became a powerful symbol in art, carved into totem poles, woven into textiles, and painted on ceremonial objects. These depictions are not mere decorations, they are sacred icons, each element rich with meaning. The Thunderbird is often shown at the top of totem poles, signifying its preeminent status as a protector of the clan or family it represents. Its image with outstretched wings and a sharp, curved beak served as a powerful emblem of strength, authority, and spiritual connection. Seeing a Thunderbird on a totem pole was a declaration of lineage, a story of the family's relationship with the spirit world, and a testament to their power and prestige. As European settlers arrived in North America, they encountered these powerful stories and symbols. While some dismissed them as mere folklore, others were captivated by the majesty of the Thunderbird legend. The name itself, Thunderbird, became part of the American lexicon, a term synonymous with power and mystique. Over time, the image of the Thunderbird began to permeate broader American culture, often in a secularized form. It became a popular name for everything from military squadrons and sports teams to cars. The Ford Thunderbird, for example, introduced in the 1950s, borrowed the name to evoke a sense of freedom, power, and classic American style. While this commercial use is far removed from the sacred origins of the myth, it speaks to the enduring appeal of the Thunderbird's symbolism. But what lessons can we, in our modern, technologically driven world, learn from this ancient guardian of the skies? The Thunderbird myth is, at its core, a story about balance and respect. It teaches that nature is not a resource to be endlessly exploited, but a powerful, living force that demands reverence. The Thunderbird, in its dual role as creator and destroyer, is a potent metaphor for nature's ability to both nurture and discipline. When humanity lives in harmony with the earth, the Thunderbird brings gentle rains and protects them. When they become greedy or disrespectful, it unleashes storms and destruction. This is a timeless message, perhaps more relevant today than ever before, as we face the consequences of our own imbalance with the natural world. The legend also reminds us of the importance of the unseen world, the spiritual dimension of our existence. In an age dominated by science and logic, it's easy to forget that for millennia, humanity understood the world through stories, myths, and a deep sense of connection to something larger than ourselves. The Thunderbird represents that connection. It is a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, the sky and the earth, the human and the divine. The stories encourage us to look beyond the surface, to see the sacred in the world around us, and to recognize the profound mysteries that lie just beyond our everyday perception. Furthermore, the Thunderbird is a symbol of ultimate power and protection. In a world that can often feel chaotic and frightening, the idea of a great, benevolent guardian watching over us from the heavens is a source of immense comfort and strength. It speaks to a deep human need for security and the belief that even in the face of great adversity, there are forces working to protect us. For the indigenous peoples who originated these stories, the Thunderbird was a real and present spiritual ally, a source of courage and resilience in the face of hardship. The eternal message of the Thunderbird is one of interconnectedness. It teaches that our actions have consequences not just for ourselves, but for the entire web of life. It reminds us that we are part of a grand, cosmic order, and that our survival depends on maintaining our place within that order with humility and respect. The Thunderbird's thunderous call is a wake-up call, urging us to listen to the wisdom of the earth, to honor the sacred, and to live in balance with all of creation. As we look up at the sky during the next thunderstorm, maybe we can see it a little differently. Instead of just a weather phenomenon, perhaps we can imagine the shadow of great wings, hear the powerful beat of a celestial heart, and remember the ancient guardian who still watches over the skies. The legacy of the Thunderbird is not just a relic of the past, it is a living story, a timeless piece of wisdom that continues to resonate today. It is a powerful reminder that the oldest myths often carry the most urgent messages for our future. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the skies. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe for more dives into history and mythology, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What other legends should we explore next? Until next time, stay curious,